This show, The Glory, covers traumatic scenes like bullying, suicidal thoughts, grave harm, and sexual assault since the beginning of episode number 1. Moon Dongyeon is a student at a high school. Being from a poor background, the privileged students keep on making her the target and picking on her. The main person who is the root of bullying her is Park Yeonjin. Her family is involved in business and is very reliant on shamans and astrology. Jeonjin enjoys the suffering of Dongyeon and keeps on harassing her along with her friends. Tired of all this, she decides to drop out and mentions the bullying in her note. Since the teachers are influenced by money, they also keep a blind eye to these matters. Even her mother signs off and is bought by the money handed to her. Later on, determined to make her dream come true, Dongyeon works different jobs over the years. Studying and working together, she successfully manages to get into college. She passes the exam on the second try and becomes an elementary school teacher. She keeps a track of the harassers by stalking them all over. On the other hand, even in the group, there is a lot of internal conflicts and power levels. Dongyeon keeps finding new and new shreds of evidence and stuff and start working on the plan by approaching Myung-oh and also buying a house near Yeonjin's estate. She makes an acquaintance with an abused woman and both of them start working together with each of their motives. In return, Dongyeon tutors her daughter every weekend. This part is really heartwarming, seeing how these women suffer and how they are stepping up to turn into their lives around. Really gives an empowering message. The women learn all new skills to carry out the task Dongyeon gives to her, like stalking and capturing pictures. This sets her plan in motion and she starts her dirty work. While this, she meets Yeojung, who previously was an intern when she was admitted. Fate keeps them together and they catch up on a train ride, but neither of them lasts long as they separate again. Dongyeon meets up with the bullies later on back in the school gymnasium. This all is introductory to the main plot of the story, which actually begins in episode number 4. Looking at these 3 episodes, one might lose interest because of just a progression from the past to the present. The story keeps getting on a good pace for the beginning, but since the main plan starts from episode number 4, it's hard to keep track. Beginning her plan, Dongyeon gets appointed as Yeonjin's daughter's homeroom teacher. She suspects that she is the former Jaejin's love child and tries to make it as part of her revenge. Coincidentally, Yeonjin's husband crosses paths with Dongyeon and she is instilled in her mind. Keeping up with her games has not been a good task and it takes a while to grasp what is happening. But perhaps this was a good thing because I could not rest until I find out what happens. Song Hye-kyu's eye really play out a great role. Her eyes sparkle with her determination and you can see how great she portrayed her role. Her expressions convey the trauma whenever she is triggered and also whenever she is thinking about her past. Back in the story, Yeonjin's husband starts being infatuated with Dongyeon and doesn't realize the connection between her and him. Suddenly, Myung-oh disappears and everyone is at the limit of their patience. Yeonjin is terrified even since she finds out that she was her daughter's teacher and fears that she will do the same thing the former did to her. Yeojung, played by Do Hyun, is actually a side role yet, but I loved how calm he is overall in his character and extra careful when it comes to Moon Dongyeon. He keeps on thinking about her since 7-8 years ago and still has not forgotten her. Looking at her scars, he decides to join her in her plan of revenge. His eyes were soft, looking like he wanted to erase everything from her past while looking angry and hurtful. He acted this scene out so well, plus the chemistry between them increased the intensity of the scene greatly.